A lot of times we hear about how relationships have changed. Relationships in terms of marriages ain't lasting anymore. People are not obligated or feel obligated to get married anymore, or even if it's not an obligation, which it really shouldn't be, but people are not getting married the same way anymore. Like there are all these different, and we dissect relationships in so many different ways as to why, well, maybe people just feel free to be who they are now. I'm not saying I'm not an advocate for folks being in marriages or committed relationships. That is entirely not the case, so please don't misunderstand that. But what I'm saying is a lot of people stayed in marriages because they had no options. Most times those were the women, let's just be honest. They had no options, right? Women didn't have the same options for employment in a number of places as they do now. And there was a time where women really won't allowed or afforded opportunities to get education and to get certain types of education and to get into certain types of jobs or whatever because of how the male dominance in society. So a lot of women stayed or got married because that's what they were expected to do. And then they stayed in relationships regardless of how that toxic that relationship was. So we act a lot of times that, oh, look at the divorce rate or look at the this or look at that. Keep in mind, there was a time where a woman would stay home and be abused. Let's just be honest. There was a time where a woman would stay home, they'll be abused because it was the man who was the provider. And since the man was the provider, the man took advantage of all what it meant to be a provider. He provided not for his family, but also provided for his sexual needs outside of his family. You know, beating their wives, having women left, right, and center, or whoever they were into. And the woman just had to stay home and put up with it because she wasn't going to go out there and get it because it was traditional for the woman to play that role. It was always for better or worse, for better or for worse. And that worked for the betterment of some and for the worse of others. Now, this is not to bash men or anything like that, but it's the truth, right? One of the reasons why the divorce rate was lower for a period of time, and it's a fact, was that women were obedient and stayed in a lot of relationships, obedient to the men that they were with, that is, and stayed in a lot of relationships that, quite frankly, they should not have stayed in. They should not have stayed in. So now women have a choice, right? Women have a choice. It's not always about, oh, she's independent, so she's going to be single. No, women have a choice, and having a choice is a good thing. She does not have to stay with a man and stay in a situation where she's abused again, or he could do whatever he wants to do. That's one of the reasons why the divorce rate has gone up. Women don't have to put up with the same shit.